You know that magic feeling, right? You click buy, and then poof, a package just shows up at your door. We all pretty much take it for granted now. But behind that one simple click, there's this hidden, high-tech world that is in the middle of a complete revolution. So today, let's pull back the curtain and explore the robotic backbone that's making all of our online shopping possible.
Seriously, how do they do it? The answer isn't just about faster delivery vans on the road. It's about a total reinvention of where your order starts its journey: the warehouse. And the biggest challenge inside these massive buildings? Well, it all boils down to one single, surprisingly expensive activity.
55%. Yeah, you heard that right. According to researchers in logistics, that's how much of a warehouse's entire operating budget gets spent on one task: order picking. That's just the simple, or not so simple, act of finding the one thing you ordered from among millions of other items. It's a huge drain on time, money, and people. So you can see why if you could solve this one problem, well, you could change the entire game.
And the pressure to solve that problem is absolutely immense. I mean, we're living in the age of e-commerce, right? We want customized products. We want them delivered just in time. Basically, we want what we want, and we kind of want it yesterday. This puts an incredible squeeze on warehouses to be faster and more efficient than ever before.
Just picture it. In the old-school person-to-goods system, a human worker literally has to walk miles of aisles every single day just searching for products. It's exhausting, it takes forever, and it's easy to make mistakes. This whole process became the single biggest bottleneck holding back the speed of e-commerce. The industry desperately needed a better way.
And that better way? Well, no surprise here, it involved taking the person out of the endless searching. This is where the first wave of automation really started to change the game, introducing machines that could do all the heavy lifting and all the tedious looking.
So the first big step was something called an automated storage and retrieval system, or AS/RS for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a giant, super efficient vending machine the size of a building. You have these cranes and shuttles that zip along fixed tracks, grabbing entire bins of products and bringing them to a person. It was a huge leap for sure, but it had a big limitation. It was still tied to this rigid, fixed infrastructure.
Now this chart is really cool because it shows you the evolution of these order picking systems. See over on the left, that's the old way, picker to parts. The person does all the moving. But then look all the way over to the right. That's the game changer, parts to picker. Instead of the person going to the stuff comes to the person. That simple flippant thinking is what blew the doors wide open for truly mobile robots.
And that big idea, bringing the goods to the person, paves the way for the next massive leap. Because this is where things get really, really smart. We're talking about moving from robots that are stuck on tracks to robots that can actually think for themselves and roam free.
You absolutely cannot talk about this robot revolution without talking about Kiva Systems. You might have heard of them. They're the company Amazon famously bought for a fortune. The Kiva system is basically the poster child for a goods-to-person mobile robot system. It completely turned the old warehouse model on its head. Just look at how this works. It's genius. Instead of shelves bolted to the floor, you have these mobile shelving units called pods. Then you have an army of these little flat robots that look kind of like giant Roombas. They zip underneath the exact pod they need, lift the whole thing up, and bring the entire shelf over to a human worker who just stands in one place. The worker picks the item and the robot takes the shelf back. No more walking. This one change made things 2 to 3 times more efficient. This is the engine that powers things like same-day delivery.
So, what's the big technological jump that made this possible? It's the move from AGVs to AIVs. Early AGVs, that's automated guided vehicles, were pretty basic. They had to follow a fixed path, like a magnetic strip taped to the floor. If something blocked the path, the whole system could grind to a halt. But AIVs, autonomous intelligent vehicles, they're different. They're smart. They use incredible tech like SLAM to build a map of the warehouse in real time, navigating around obstacles and finding the best route all on their own.
But here's the thing, as cool as these individual robots are, they're only one part of the story. The real power, the real magic, comes from connecting all of them into one intelligent network. It's the brain behind all that brawn, and this is how you get a truly smart warehouse.
This is really the core idea behind what people call Industry 4.0. You're creating a warehouse that has its own central nervous system. It's not just a bunch of robots running around. It's sensors, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things all working together. The robots, the shelves, the inventory system, even the human workers, they're all talking to each other constantly to make the smartest decisions possible in real time.
And you don't just flip a switch and have a smart warehouse. It's a whole process. The research lays out a really clear framework.
You have to start by figuring out what you actually need, then pick the right tech. Of course, you have to make sure it's all safe and reliable, and that it can grow with your business. Then comes the people part, training them and managing the change. And maybe the most important step of all, continuously using all the data you're collecting to get smarter and better over time.
Okay, so this brings us to the big question that always comes up whenever we talk about automation, right? What happens to all the people? If robots are doing all the moving and the sorting, is there anything left for humans to do? Well, what's fascinating is that the next evolution of this whole thing suggests the complete opposite.
Welcome to the idea of Industry 5.0. The whole point here isn't to replace people, it's to empower them. It's all about collaboration. Let the robots do what they do best, the repetitive, heavy, precise stuff. And that frees up humans to do what we do best. Think critically, solve unexpected problems, and be creative. Industry 5.0 is all about a future where humans and robots work side by side, combining machine efficiency with human intelligence to create something way more powerful than either could ever be alone.
So when you step back and look at this incredible revolution, it leaves you with a really fascinating thought. This technology isn't just changing how fast we get our packages, it's changing the very nature of work itself. It's pushing us as humans to evolve our own skills so we can work with these incredibly smart machines that we've created. So the real question isn't just whether the technology is ready for the future, it's whether we are.